Hey, welcome to the Rhythm Blueprint. This is where I help taiko drummers learn how to read music. And today I'm going to try something new for me. I'm going to analyze a piece that we're going to watch online. The title says Odaiko. If anyone knows, because I know there's some taiko nerds out there, is this piece actually called Odaiko? I don't know why I think it's not called that, but anyway, something about this video that I've noticed is the sync with audio and video is a little bit off, which bugs the crap out of me, but I can't find another version, so we're just gonna have to watch this one. Basically, I'm just gonna talk about some things that I find interesting in this piece, and I'm gonna write it out in sheet music so you can see what those rhythms look like. And yeah, we'll just talk about some other stuff along the way as it piques my interest. So here we go. Here is Kodo's Odaiko. Okay, well there's my answer right there. I think the piece is called Tomoe. That's my guess. Someone confirm. Fellow taiko nerds, confirm. All right, so just first off, just so we can kind of start showing some notation here. Oops, this is my test. Yeah, so we are starting off, which is what I think are eighth notes, and they're starting with a crescendo. So this is a long crescendo. This is just going to be a little example. So if we wanted to notate how to get from soft to loud, we would do something like either this, where the P means soft and then we go to loud, right? Or we could write, yes, that's a new word. We could write an abbreviated crescendo, and that just means go from soft to loud, like that. Nothing super interesting, just wanted to share that. Okay, so it looks like what's going on here, we have the two guys on the opposite ends and then the guy in the center. It looks like the guy in the center is probably soloing, and the two guys are trading off on throwing in little fills, just to kind of make the solo a little more exciting. Now that I think about it, I'm not sure who's going to be watching this video. My intent is for taiko players to watch this video, but as I'm doing this, I'm thinking maybe non-musicians are going to watch this just to see what a taiko drummer or drummer sees when they watch stuff like this. So I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Who are you? Are you a musician? Are you a taiko drummer? Let me know. Okay, so that's one of when people solo, something to make your solo sound a little more interesting is to include a hemiola, is what it's called. And basically you are phrasing, he's playing groups of three in a 4 pattern, 4 meter, I guess. So, okay, here in my sheet music example here, we're in 4/4. He is playing something like this. Hang on, I need 3 measures worth. All right, so that little phrase that he was doing, da-duts, 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 da-dut, that's what this looks like. Here, starting in this line right here. And so we're still in 4/4 time, 1, 2, 3, 4, but he's accenting the first 2 notes of a 3-note phrase. So if I'm keeping time here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it takes 3 bars for it to resolve back to beat 1, if that makes sense. Let's go back a few seconds so we can hear that in its entirety. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now it looks like the solo has traded or has moved on. So now the guy, I guess, who's on the right, it sounds like he's soloing. The camera work doesn't help, but I think that's what's happening. There we go. So we have another Hemiola there. This time it is groups of 5. Or last time we had groups of 3. So he is playing the 4 notes. Here, let's try this. And leaving the 5th note as a rest, which gives it groups of 5. This time it would take 5 bars in order to resolve back to beat 1. I'll try to do this really slow, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have this really weird, really kind of disorienting feeling if you are keeping the beat in your head. Let's see if we can hear that. Let's back up a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry if you can see my cat. She has come to say hi. Yeah, but doing hemiolas is a great way to spice up your soloing. 3s are very common. 5s are somewhat common. You can get into 7s. Those are starting to get a little less common, and so on and so on. And he went back to the 3s there for a second. And that's cool. So he's just kind of repeating a phrase here. That's a good way to solo too, is you just find something that you like that you're playing and keep on repeating it. So he's going dons, don, dons, do, dons, don, don. So this measure right here is being repeated. 1 and 2, 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and dons, don, don, do, don. He's just repeating that. He likes that. He likes that phrase. Let's back up a little bit. Dons, don, don, do, dons, don, don, do, dons, don, don. So he did about 7 of those, and the 8th one was a little bit of a variation. Nice round figure there. Okay, and then I think the double sticking there was probably the call out to let the other guys know his solo was being finished. So a lot of times in pieces, you might have an open solo, meaning you are just going to solo until you're done, and then you let everyone else know when you're done. And I think that don, don, or however you would say double stick, that is probably letting the other guys know I'm done. I think he hit 4, and then he had a little figure, and then they start playing together. Let's back it up a little bit. Okay, so you had 3 and then a rest. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that lets everyone know. One more time, just backing up just a little bit. Cool. That was a bad place to stop, sorry. Let me back up again. I'm new to this, okay? Bear with me, please. It'll get better if I keep doing these. That was nice. So that's a good example of like tension and release. You know, we have been, up until that point, it's been just like a very quick crescendo, loud the whole time. And then we have silence for a few seconds, probably two or three bars. One, it's really nice to be able to hear how the drums resonate when you hit it and just let it go. But then it just gives the audience like a breath. It gives your brain a break from having all these rhythms being assaulting your eardrums. So it's kind of like all this tension has been building up, and then we have a little bit of a release. So that's a really nice compositional part there. It also probably gives the players just a second of breather. Sometimes that's all you need. If your arms are on fire, having a couple seconds to just have a break is pretty nice. So, sorry, I was going to show something on the music and I don't remember now. Let's back it up just a little bit so we can hear that silence again. Okay, so something that you might be seeing is when they're playing right now, they're going from close to the rim of the drum into the center. I'm not sure if you can hear it. I can't hear it too well here, but there is a different tone. When you get closer to the rim of the drum, it's a higher pitch. Closer to the center, it's a lower pitch. Now, there's not a real great way to notate that. If I were to try... So I don't remember what rhythms they played, but I would probably do something like closer to the rim is lower, center could be center, something like that. I don't really ever see that. A lot of times it's just something that you know. Yeah, so there's not a great way to notate that. Likewise, there's not a great way to notate gradually getting closer to the center of the drum. If you're a taiko player and you've seen that in sheet music, let me know. I have not seen that at all. If you're enjoying this video and you want to learn more about reading music, check out therhythmblueprint.com. There I have an online course called Taiko Notes where I teach you how to read music. It's specifically tailored for taiko drummers. We only focus on rhythm, and we also incorporate kuchishoga in some of the examples so that it's a little more familiar to you. And if you're not too sure yet, if you want to learn how to read music, I have a free mini course there too. All you need is an email to sign up for it, and that's it. You'll get the course for free. So check out therhythmblueprint.com. Okay, so now they're doing a call and response type thing. The center guy is starting the call. The others are responding. Let's go back a little bit. We can hear that. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, there was another, I think, call out from the center person's solo to let them know. Answer. Call. Shorten it. Okay, so now we're going back to kind of what we heard towards the beginning, where the center guy's soloing, the outside guys are kind of filling in some things just to kind of make the solo a little more, not maybe necessarily make the solo more exciting, I guess, but make their part a little more exciting. Instead of just playing the G or the bass beat, they're kind of contributing a little more. Sorry for the tail in my face. Here we go. Now, if you are not a taiko player, you might wonder, you might have been hearing them shout and might be wondering what that is. That's called Kakegoe, and a lot of times it's just done either to encourage the other players, let them know, yeah, you know, do your best, or sometimes if you're tired, you can kind of Kakegoe and like help bring energy to yourself. Sometimes they are saying actual words. A lot of times it's just sounds. So yeah, just in case you're curious and you're not a taiko player. Cool. All right, so right there, you might have heard it earlier. He's doing like a slap sound where you rest the stick on the drum head and smack the drum, and the stick on the head gives it a little snap sound. There are ways to notate that, and depending on who's doing the notation, it can be a lot different. We could use a different type of symbol to show the different sound. Let's say we could use that. It has a little stick going through it there, and that could mean slap. Generally, when you do drum notation, you're going to have a key or legend usually at the very end of the piece. So if you do have different types of note heads, you as the reader or the performer knows what the composer meant by that. I don't know if all of this is coming through the mic, but there are church bells in the bathroom. My cat in the bathroom. There are church bells in the background. My cat is yelling at me. If I can cut this, I will, but if I can't, I apologize for all the noise. I'm gonna wait for the church bells, actually. Okay, here we go. Okay, and again, we're doing threes. That is a very common thing to do. So right now, I'm pretty sure this piece is in 4. And that last one, the guy is doing, let's just pretend that rest wasn't there. So he's going 1, 2, slap, 1, 2, slap, or whatever the sticking is, 1, 2, slap, 1, 2, slap, and we're still in 4. So we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, slap, 1, 2, slap, 1, 2, slap, 1, 2, slap. So he's doing a cool Hemiola there. Let's back that up a little bit. Listen for that. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, and he went back to the 5. That's a good place to pause on. He went back to the 5s there for a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, leaving that 5th note out. Let's back it up a little bit. That was a good face. The psycho face. This section is kind of interesting. It seems kind of like a chaos section. This guy's, you know, doing a lot of slaps. Sometimes it's out of time. The guy in the back is kind of going around the drum, getting different tones. That could be a compositional thing to bring in tension or just a lot of noise so that it resolves to something else. Let's go back so we can see the dude's psycho face again. Okay, so something about this piece that's kind of interesting as a compositional choice is that those three drums they look about the same size. They sound pretty similar in tuning. With taiko, you can't, once you have set that head, that pitch is basically set. So it's not like they can tune it to a different pitch. So the same-ish tuning kind of makes it difficult to pinpoint who's playing what. At some points, it just sounds like one drum, which is kind of cool. But then in a section like this, where they're all kind of playing something a little different, it does sound chaotic. And at least for me, it's kind of hard to pick out some specific rhythms. And that's probably a compositional choice, I'm guessing. Oh, nice, nice. Oh, that's a good place to stop too. Okay, cool. So far we've been feeling this, or at least I've been feeling that this is in like a 4/4 time. You know, I'm hearing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and when they're doing 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, what it sounds like to me is something like this, where one guy is playing da duts da duts da dut, the other guy is playing dut da duts da dut. Oh, let's put that. Okay, so in this section, when these two guys are on the same drum, they're playing basically the same rhythm, but like offset a little bit. So it just sounds like constant notes. There is one note where they are playing together here. And now the third person is playing something like this, where he's accenting every third, eighth note. So when you try to listen to that third guy, they now sound like they're in 6/8. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. And then at some point, one person drops out, so now we only hear one of those rhythms. Da duts da duts da duts da dut, and now we really hear that 6 da dut da dut da dut da dut da dut. It shifts the time signature. I need to get better at explaining this stuff, guys. Sorry. Again, my first attempt. Let's back up a little bit. I'll try to talk through that time shift there. Sounds like it's in 4. Is that 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1. Okay, that was probably a very horrible explanation of that. I apologize. Basically, it sounds like they're doing a metric modulation for a little bit, which is really cool. All that to say, that was cool. Okay, sorry. It looks like the sound sync gets worse as the video goes along. nothing I can do about it. It's the video itself on YouTube that is messed up. Dude. Okay, I don't know if you are not a musician. That is so hard to do. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you can see, my eyes water. You know how people get goosebumps when they hear something cool? My eyes water when I hear something cool. That is really hard to do when you are facing away from each other. If you can see each other slowing down gradually like that, it's not too bad, but they are facing away from each other. So what that means to me is, one, they've been playing together for a bit. They have rehearsed a ton, and they have really good ears. So yeah, that is awesome. Now, if you are wondering, how do you notate that? Okay, I believe it was something like this. Don, dons, dons, don, right? If we want to tell it to slow down, if we want to tell the performers to slow down, so I would do something like this. This stands for Ritardando, which means to slow down. And so I could stretch it over, the whole part where I want them to slow down. So that's how we would notate that. Let's hear that again. That's freaking awesome. Backing up a little bit. That last note was so clean. Holy crap. Oh man. Okay, well, that was a cool piece. I will link this original video in the description so you can watch the whole thing without me interrupting it, me and my cat interrupting it. If you don't know anything about Kodo, definitely check them out. They are, if you haven't seen taiko, or if you've only seen a little bit of taiko, most likely you've seen Kodo. They're, I would guess, the most famous taiko group in the world. Amazing players. So let me know how you liked this video, and if there's anything that you heard or saw that you have questions about in this video. And if so, if you do have a question like, hey, what are they doing here? Put a timestamp in the comment and I will try to answer the question. And as this is my first analysis video, probably will be my worst one. Let me know how I can improve. And hopefully I'll do some more of these. So thanks so much for watching all the way to the end, and hopefully I will see you next time. Bye.